Hello, good morning. How are you today? My name is Grace Forward. Welcome to episode 34 of Pfthinks. Yes, I know I came in terribly, well, not terribly, I came in late today. There was a slight power issue in my estate, and I didn't get to refuel my churn, and the inverter was down, so that's why I'm coming a little bit late. So eventually they restored power a little bit. So I'm so sorry if you've been waiting. Otumba, good morning, sir. Okay, now so I'm just going to make it very short, because you can never predict power. We live in Africa, and this is Nigeria. This is the year 2020. We still hope that we can experience uninterrupted power supply, but what can we do? We can only be grateful for the country we found ourselves. Okay, now, so in the last 3 days, I've been talking about the 3 relationship cycles, the 3 levels of relationship that you need to understand. So I've talked about the outer court and how to place people there, the criteria for placing people there. I've talked about the inner court, the criteria for placing people there, who you should place there. Today I'm going to be talking about Holies of Holies. Yesterday I really considered leaving Facebook. And I'll tell you, I considered leaving Facebook because, I just realized that Facebook was becoming very toxic for me, in the sense that every post people don't understand that, your page is your page, and you have to express your independent mindedness. So that's why Facebook asks you a simple question. And you see, literacy should help us understand this. So what is on your mind? What's on your mind is what Facebook expects you to write. Not what is popular or what people will clap for, but what you're convinced about. Okay, so I put a post about Obama, and people came out with all kinds of things, or why supporting Obama. And it just makes me pained, the way people fall for propaganda that they have not researched. So for me, it makes me my wife is writing something. Okay, no, it just makes me wonder what's going on here, right? That something is fundamentally wrong with our education in Nigeria and the way we think, right? That we can't stand contrary opinion based on the rumor we've come to believe. So people went on saying that Obama brought abortion, people don't understand the difference between a person and a party and the separation of power and the way governance runs. The same way people just come up and say, oh, President Buhari, we Islamized Nigeria. You don't expect people who went to school to begin to say things like this, because this is basic governance, government 101 that is taught at secondary school level, SS1. So you would expect people to understand separation of power, to understand that the president does not have absolute power over certain things in a country that has separation of power. But intellectuals, adults who have come to believe a rumor, a lie, because their mindsets have been totally poisoned, and so for everyone saying things like that yesterday, I had to take time to go and check their wall, and guess what I found out? Many of them were Bible-carrying people who actually were leaders in their churches, who preach, and my heart sank to say, what has religion done to our people? I actually saw, a leader yesterday released a video who actually was claiming Corona doesn't exist in Nigeria. There was an opportunity, they just want to make money, and you begin to ask yourself, how low can we sink? Then I concluded that literacy is very key, and exposure. No matter the level of leadership you are occupying, literacy and exposure is key, or else you will be misyanning. I sit regularly with monks, and one of the things that I get to celebrate about monks is how vast their knowledge base is, which is why you see a lot. There's a monk in Nigeria, Father Adudu. You would see how he has come up with all kinds of herbal remedies for complex health issues, because that's a man who matches thinking with faith, right? So when you see some people write, I love to read Bojo Emade, Pastor Bojo Emade, because that's a man who has matched science with faith. When you hear Samade Emi speak, those are people who have matched science with faith, and you want to clap for them. Then you listen to some other people and you are wondering, where is this coming from? But you know, my consolation is COVID-19. Thank you very much. COVID-19 has revealed to us that we have actually overrated some people. COVID-19 has revealed to us the decadence in our educational system. It has revealed all the things that we need to pay attention to. Now, today is the day where I'm going to be talking about your holies of holies. Now, I talked about your outer court yesterday, your inner court, and how the people you must bring into your inner court are people who have shown minimal commitment to solving the problem for you. They have shown a bit of stability in handling stress. They exhibit positive energy and have shown consistency, right? They can take feedback and are loyal to your cause, right? They have something that keeps them busy, right? They are willing to support you and your networks. They are stable and widely bowed mouth to you once you stick to agreement. They have earned their right through mentorship or friendship, right? So Jesus moved some people. He said, I no longer call you servants, I now call you friends. Friendship is inner cycle. Friendship is not holies of holies. Good morning, Bumi. Now, when you bring people into your holies of holies, are the things you need to understand. Holies of holies is where brotherhood and fraternity lies. It's almost as if you are in a confraternity relationship. In my study of Indians, of why is it that when Indians leave the country abroad, Indians are able to collaborate, they're able to put resources together, they're able to give loans to their people to settle down, and they are not afraid that people are going to default. I saw that in the national values of India is the word fraternity, which is brotherhood. So when Indians leave their country, they are not running away. They are extending the frontiers of India to whatever country they are going to, which is why they will bring their type of houses. They are going to bring their food. They're not going to eat your food. Indians are going to bring their gods. They are not going to get to your country and begin to violate and begin to eat cow. No. Whatever they don't eat in India. Now, so what they bring out of India is their culture. Now, culture is from the word cult. Cultism is not bad. It depends on how it's been used. There is no system on this planet that has stood the test of time that is not cult-like. As a matter of fact, you cannot build a culture without a cult. Now, holies of holies is where cult should exist, right? These are your brothers. That's the level of brotherhood. That's the level of fraternity, right? So don't be afraid of the word cult. You must have your cult, right? You must have people who are your diehard, right? Not zombies who are following. People who believe in you. People who will go to any extent for you. Now, your holies of holies are covenanted to be with you, and you can trust them with your life because you are too sure they'll be there for you, and they'll be there with you, including when your name does not, promote their own brand, including when things have gone bad for you, including when the whole world is against you. Your holies of holies will walk in when every other person walks out. Your holies of holies will be there for you. They may not spare your stupidity in closet, but publicly they're going to stand with you. They're going to stand for you irrespective of what you have done. A lot of us have not been taught in the act of brotherhood and fraternity. So we want to dwell at the realm of right and wrong. And one of my mentors said that it doesn't make sense for you to expect perfect behavior from an imperfect person. So honestly, I do not expect perfect behavior from people who are close to me, because they're human beings. They are prone to mistakes. They are prone to errors. They can make error of judgment. I understand that perfectly. When I spot their error of judgment, it reminds me of what they have not mastered and how I need to help them master it, right? The same thing they do for me. Now, they are covenanted to be with you. You can trust them with your life because you are too sure they'll be there for you and with you. Which is why you cannot bring everyone into your holies of holies. Not everyone has a capacity to undo your shame, to undo your pain, no matter who they are. You pre-qualify people for your holies of holies, because that's where your nakedness is. They are more or less your blood. They are the ones who can ask you deep questions and get the truth from you. Because at the realm of holies, there is no judgment, right? They know you. They know what you're capable of doing, right? And they are going to stand with you. So your weakness is not new to them. They know it very well, right? But they will stand with you nevertheless. Now, there's absolute nakedness in your holies of holies because they see through you and they love you nevertheless. They love you nevertheless. Now, like I said, there are levels where you want to be in life. There are levels of right and wrong. Right and wrong is mid-level. There's a higher level. It's called peace and progress. At the level of peace and progress, you have lost touch. You have not lost touch. You have risen beyond the shallowness of right and wrong, and you have looked beyond this and this or that. You are now at the realm of this and that. Now, that's where I believe that God dwells, because sometimes God behaves in a way that makes him look partial. You are wondering, why is God partial with this person? Why is he punishing this person? But that's God for you, right? So you need to understand that there are times people will do stuff that you expect God to kill them. God is not even looking at them, because God dwells at the realm of purpose to say, yeah, if you see a Saul, you expect God to have killed him. You are praying, Holy Ghost fire, kill him. Holy Ghost, kill him. Let fire burn him. Let someone. God is not listening to you, because God can see a Paul in a Saul. And God sees the end from the beginning. God knows that when he's misbehaving, he's misbehaving. But when he switches, it's going to be very useful for the kingdom, right? So there is absolute nakedness there. The rule here is, if they can't take bullets for you, they don't belong to your holies of holies. And you must spot them when they are sent to you. I have friends in my holies, or just a very few people in my holies of holies. I was talking to one of them that I needed, some funds, last week. He had to go above and beyond. He called me 2 days ago. He said, Praise, I've been thinking about the funds you needed. Do you still need it? I have $1 million for you. I said, oh, no, I've got it sorted out, right? Your holies of holies can wire 10 million into your account. They are not afraid that it's not going to, even if it doesn't come back, but they know it's going to come back, because you must not violate that code in the holies of holies. They will still not fight you dirty. Now, you need to test people's sense of judgment in your holies of holies. Now, the problem is this: meltdown happens when you don't have quality people in your holies of holies. A lot of you don't have quality people in your holies of holies. You don't just bring people, who are compassionate into your holies of holies. You don't bring weak people, who look up to you, to your holies of holies. The people in your holies of holies, they must be stronger than you, right? They must be stronger than you. It's about network, because it's going to determine your net worth. You don't bring poor people, struggling people, who have no say anyway. Well, your misbehavior, they have no say, because their esteem is tied to you. No, those are not the people in your holies of holies. Those are outer court or inner court people, right? In fact, they are outer court people. Holies of holies people are strong people. They are formidable. David had them, right? People in his holies of holies. David made a statement. It was a careless statement. He said, "Oh, how I want to drink the water from." He mentioned the name of the place. Now, the Bible says some guy broke through the garrison of the Philistines, which means they fought with their lives, right? Broke through that garrison, went to that well, fetched the water, fought their way back again, and gave it to David. David couldn't take the water. He had to throw it down to say, wow, this is blood. This is not water. Because these people risked their life for me. Right? Your holies of holies, they can risk their lives for you. No matter where you are, they are willing to live wherever you are to come and be with you. Right? The question is, will they stop everything they're doing to be with you? If they can't stop everything they're doing to be with you, they are not in your holies of holies. I have friends in my life today, if I call them to say, I need you here in 10 minutes, they're going to abandon everything they're living to be with me. Right? Do you have such people in your life? I'm not talking about, jobless people. I'm talking about people who are very busy, right? Will they stop everything they're doing to be with you? Will they stand with you in moments when your brand negatively affects their brand? Will they stand with you in moments when your brand negatively affects their brand? Which is why absolute honesty is necessary at the level of holies of, because that's the only way they can defend you, right? Will they keep your secret no matter the pressure they are under? Will they keep your secret no matter the pressure they are under? People gossip with you, will gossip for against you very soon, right? So if you keep a secret with them, will they keep it safe? Won't they gossip about it, right? I laugh when I see some people, who are supposed to be in some people's holies of holies, they show up under some radar, and because they want to find their way into their life, they begin to vomit what they are supposed to say, right? So will they keep your secret no matter the pressure they are under? Can they bail you out at short notice without blinking, and you trust them to keep their word? Can they bail you out at short notice without blinking, and you trust them to keep their word? Would you be the first name on their lips when opportunities that can move you forward show up? At the level of inner court, there is negotiation about kickback, right? So inner court is, I got you this deal, praise, I want 30% cut from it. That's all inner court. At the level of holies, you don't talk about court, right? Everywhere they find themselves, an opportunity shows up for you, your name is the first name on their mind. A lot of people are broke because they don't have quality people in their holies of holies. So when opportunities show up, right? If opportunities show up that can benefit you, and someone in your holies of holies take it for himself and doesn't refer you, that's an outer court person or inner court person. It doesn't belong to your holies of holies. At the level of your holies of holies, when opportunity shows up, you are the first name. They will fight for you to get a deal. Whether you appreciate them or you don't appreciate them, they are your holies of holies. Even though common sense should tell you, give them a gift or right, do something for them. But they have risen beyond kickback because they themselves are formidable. They are not struggling, right? So will you be the first name on their lips when opportunities that can move your life forward show up? Next one, will they pass the test of brotherhood and fraternity? That if you say you want to create a cult, my inverter is making noise already. Will they pass the test, of brotherhood and fraternity? So let me quickly round up. Will they protect you when they fall out with you? That even if they fall out with you, will they still protect you? Ideally, your holies of holies should protect you for life, right? My mother would say, what makes an adult or an elder is that when he dies and they open his heart, there should be unspoken words found. There should be the secrets of men that have not been breached found in his heart, right? Will they protect you when they fall out with you? That's the test of holies of holies. Lastly, they are called to you and you must discover them early and stand with them. They are called to you, you must discover them early and stand with them. Now, holies of holies is an intentional relationship. You have to spot them, fix them out, let them know you are in their holies of holies. Don't surround yourself with weak people. Don't surround yourself with struggling people like you. You need to find your formidable holies of holies. These are people you are honest with. There are people you are truthful with, but there are people you are honest with. There's a difference. At the level of honesty, there's absolute disclosure, and it's because they've earned the right to witness your nakedness, to handle your pain, and they know what to do to handle your pain. They may not spare you, but you know they love you nevertheless. So you need to understand that these are the three levels of relationship: upline, outer court, inner court, holies of holies. Question: who have you placed in your holies of holies that should never have been there? This is a time for relationship audit. Who is in your inner court that should have been in your outer court? Can you mentally adjust the balance right now? Can you do an audit today again, right? Loyalty will be very critical in the next 10 years, right? Hence, you can't afford to belong to many groups, right? You need to choose your tribe. You can't belong to too many people are in too many groups. They are spreading themselves. I have narrowed down the groups I belong to. I have narrowed down the groups I am loyal to. I have narrowed down. There are people that cannot be my friends on social media because of the shallowness of their thinking, right? In fact, COVID-19 is helping me weed them out because I don't want that kind of thinking around me, right? Guys, you need to grow to a level where you create your own atmosphere, you create the environment you want. You want to get to that place where your peace is very critical to you. So you don't want people who are very shallow and all they're talking about is one team wants to kill you, somebody wants to kill you, Obama is coming to colonize the Antichrist, Donald Trump is the you don't want those shallowness. You want people with information that can move your life forward. People can talk to you about deals, right? People can talk to you. I was talking to someone in my holies of holies 2 days ago, and the guy said, Praise, I fixed my finance. I have fixed this other one. He said, now I'm mastering power. And he said to me, he said, Praise, you do not criticize successful people, you study them. And I was like, oh, guy, Do you know that's what I've been doing every day in the last 2 weeks? I have studied Jack Ma. I have listened to everything I could listen to about him, read everything I've read about him. I am still going to read about him this morning. He spread my horizon, right? But week before, it was Mark Zuckerberg, it was Elon Musk. I have done Bill Gates. I am still doing Bill Gates. You only study successful people. You don't criticize successful people because you have not earned the right to criticize them. You have not given half of your income to the poor. But you are talking about a man who has given billions and billions, to people. A man who, if he withdraws his investment in healthcare in Africa, people may die on per second billing, right? So, guys, you need to find quality people into your holies of holies. The quality of your future, the quality of your life may not be better than the quality of the people in your holies of holies. You need to sit down with yourself, check the people who are there right now. If they are not formidable, you need to change them, because you don't go where the ball has been, you go where the ball is going. You create your holies of holies for the future you want to see. Who exactly are you? That should determine who is in your holies of holies. I hope I've helped you today. I hope you will no longer make the mistakes of placing outer court into your inner court into your holies of holies. There are family members who should never be in your holies of holies. I repeat, there are family members who should not be in your holies of holies because they can't handle it, right? Jesus did not put his mother in his holies of holies. Jesus did not put his siblings in his holies of holies, right? So you need to understand you cannot be emotional of, the people that should be in your holies of holies. Whenever you see a success figure, someone whose life is making impact, someone who has succeeded at certain level, please study them, be grateful for them, because you are attracting the same level of influence into your life. Don't make the mistake of becoming cynics and you are jesting. No. You need to rise above the shenanigans of the shallow-mindedness of the space called Africa and move into the excellence where you have risen beyond third world thinking into first world mentality. First world is not where you live. First world is the state of your mind. So guys, it's time to rise. It's time to audit your relationship, and it's time to embrace people who can move your life forward. Thank you very much for joining me. Tomorrow, I will start discussing something else. I hope this series have helped you. You can go back on my YouTube and subscribe and listen over and over and over again to this. A day is coming, maybe after 1 year, I'm going to harvest all these things. It will not be for sale. So maximize it right now. Thank you very much for everyone who has joined me. I really, really love you. Thank you. And I'm sorry again for coming late this morning. I'll be back tomorrow, God's will. Until then, keep loving, keep living, and please study the richest people and the greatest people around you. Don't criticize them. Yeah, but create your holies of holies, and you will thank me later. Bye-bye.